Every level of WWE wrestler explained, from novice like Logan Paul to mid-level wrestlers like The Rock. Level 1. Horrible. Level 1 is the absolute worst of the worst. The wrestlers who had no business ever stepping inside a WWE ring. We're not talking about rookies, jobbers, or washed-up veterans. We're talking about celebrities who walked into the ring for headlines, not history. And at this level, we've got Stephen Amell and Logan Paul's first run. Stephen Amell was the star of Arrow, lean, athletic, and confident. When he stepped into a WWE ring in 2015, fans were curious. Maybe, just maybe, he could pull it off. But once the match started, it was clear. This wasn't a movie set. His timing was off, his strikes looked soft, and he seemed 2 seconds behind every move. The crowd tried to be kind, but wrestling doesn't wait for you to catch up. Then came Logan Paul. Before he became shockingly good, his debut felt like another influencer cash grab. The fans booed him out of the building. He was stiff, overacting every movement, and you could see the discomfort in every hold. To his credit, he eventually did learn, but that first appearance, painful. Both Amell and early Logan showed one thing. No matter how famous you are, the ring doesn't care. It exposes the truth every single time. Level 2. Bad. Level 2 is for wrestlers who tried. They trained, they worked, they had the shot, but something just never clicked. Either they didn't have the skill, the charisma, or the presence to survive under WWE lights. Meet Giant Gonzalez and Eva Marie. Giant Gonzalez looked like a real-life monster. Over 7 feet tall, a body that belonged in a comic book, and that infamous airbrushed muscle suit. He looked terrifying until he started wrestling. Every movement looked forced, every step looked painful, and the crowd could tell. At WrestleMania 9, he faced The Undertaker in what many call one of the worst matches in history. He made The Undertaker look bad. That alone says everything. Eva Marie was the opposite type of bad. She had the look, the marketing, the presence, everything except actual wrestling ability. Her matches were short, sloppy, and often completely carried by her opponents. WWE tried to push her as a superstar, but fans saw through it instantly. She became famous for being bad at wrestling. Level 2 wrestlers remind us that no amount of fame, height, or hype can save you if you can't deliver where it counts inside the ring. Level 3. Mid. Now we get to the middle ground. These are wrestlers who are solid, consistent, and sometimes great, but never elite. They're the backbone of the roster, the ones who can make anyone look good, but rarely break through themselves. That's Dolph Ziggler and Natalya. Dolph Ziggler is a pro's pro. He can sell any move, work any style, and make even the most boring opponent look like a main eventer. His athleticism is elite, but his biggest problem, he's too good at losing. Every time he gets a push, it fades. He's been the almost guy for over a decade. Always close to greatness, never quite staying there. Natalya, meanwhile, is a ring general. She's trained the best, fought the best, and helped build the women's division into what it is today. But while she's technically excellent, she rarely excites fans. She's respected, not revered. Level 3 is where most WWE superstars live. Reliable, entertaining, and professional, but not unforgettable. Level 4. Good. Now we're entering the zone of credibility. The wrestlers who've earned main events, carried storylines, and proven they can headline when needed. They might not be the face of the company, but they can represent it anytime. That's The Miz and Drew McIntyre. The Miz started as a reality TV star who everyone laughed at. Nobody thought he'd survive a month, let alone 20 years. But he worked harder than anyone. He refined his character, sharpened his mic skills, and became one of the most consistent performers WWE has ever had. He's not the flashiest, but he's always there, cutting promos, elevating talent, and putting on solid matches night after night. Drew McIntyre's story is redemption. He was once the chosen one, handpicked by Vince McMahon to be the next big thing. But he failed, got released, and disappeared. Years later, he rebuilt himself, stronger, smarter, better. When he came back, he was the chosen one. His WWE Championship reign during the pandemic gave fans something to cheer for when the world was silent. Level 4 wrestlers are the dependable stars, good enough to headline, not yet legends. Level 5 Elite. Now we're entering Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins is one of the most complete wrestlers of the modern era. He's done it all: the Shield, the Architect, the Visionary. He can wrestle anyone, any style, and make it look effortless. But as great as he is, he's often overshadowed, first by Roman Reigns, then by Cody Rhodes. He's elite, but not the guy. Becky Lynch was the face of the company. The man changed wrestling forever. When she stood bloody-faced in the crowd after that infamous Nia Jax punch, she became a symbol of rebellion. She headlined at WrestleMania, carried the division, and redefined what women's wrestling could be. She's elite because she broke barriers, not just records. Level 5 wrestlers are world-class. They've reached the top, but the true legends are still one step above. Level 6, generational. Now we're talking about wrestlers who didn't just win titles, they defined eras. These are the icons who carried the company for years, shaped its identity, and became symbols of their time. John Cena and The Undertaker. John Cena was WWE for over 15 years. Every show, every headline, every charity, Cena was the standard. Fans booed him, cheered him, and sometimes hated him, but they always respected him. His consistency, his work ethic, his connection with fans, nobody else did it like him. Love him or hate him, Cena carried WWE through eras where the future wasn't certain. Then there's The Undertaker, the soul of WWE. 30 decades, countless reinventions, and one of the most iconic streaks in sports entertainment. He wasn't just a character, he was a myth. His presence alone could silence a stadium. From the dead man to the American badass, he evolved with time and outlasted everyone. Generational wrestlers are the pillars. They don't just perform, they define what WWE means. Level 7, GOAT status. And finally, Level 7, the greatest of all time. These wrestlers don't just dominate their generation, they transcend it. They become larger than wrestling itself. Stone Cold Austin and The Rock. Stone Cold saved WWE. At a time when ratings were tanking, he flipped off the boss, smashed beers, and gave the audience what they wanted: attitude. His feud with Vince McMahon wasn't just wrestling, it was storytelling perfection. Every stunner, every promo, every moment was unforgettable. The Rock took that same energy and elevated it to superstardom. His charisma was electric, his mic work untouchable. Every time he walked into the arena, you knew something iconic was about to happen. He became the bridge between wrestling and Hollywood, showing that WWE could create real mainstream stars. Austin was rebellion, The Rock was charisma. Both were greatness. They didn't just lead the Attitude Era, they became the Attitude Era. If you enjoyed this video, stick with the channel, subscribe, and check out some of our other content right here.